Namaste, Pranam, Gita Dhyana. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Ritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavatveshinim. Oh, Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Arjuna. Ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O goddess, showerer of the nectar-like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters. O my affectionate mother, destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishnavardhana. Vasudevasutam devam kansachanuramardhanam devaki paramanandam krishnam vande jagadgurum. Son of Vasudeva, slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. And our reading of the fifth adhyaya, the sannyasa yoga, continues, and Sri Krishna is going further to tell us something about the sannyasa, the renunciation of action after getting knowledge, and performance of action. Which of these two is great? In the previous shloka, in the fifth shloka, Sri Krishna told us that whichever path a devotee chooses, whichever path an aspirer chooses, he reaches the same destination, whether it is the path of Sankhya, philosophy, the knowledge, or the path of yoga, path of karma, path of activity. Through knowledge also, he is going to reach the same goal. Through karma also, he is going to reach the same goal, and whichever path he chooses, he receives ultimate fruit of both paths. He reaches the destination of both the paths, which in fact is one and the same. It is not that by following knowledge one reaches, extreme corner of the east, say Amritsar, and by following karma one reaches Kolkata. It doesn't happen. They both reach the same destination. Following both the paths, the followers of the paths reach the same destination. And today in this sixth shloka, Sri Krishna is going to tell us about something about which is comparatively easier path. Sri Krishna says, Sannyāsastu mahā-bāho duḥkham āptum ayogataḥ yoga-yukto munir brahma na chireṇādhigachchhati. Mahā-bāho, almighty armed. Krishna is addressing Arjuna as mahā-bāho because he has got that valor, he has got that strength of performing severest of the tasks. So now he is telling, O mahā-bāho, sannyāsastu duḥkham āptum ayogataḥ. That is sannyasa, renunciation which one gets after attaining the knowledge. Sannyāsaha tu, but the renunciation, the culmination of duties as such is duḥkham, is extremely hard, āptum, to attain, ayogataḥ, without doing action. It says getting into that mold of renunciation, getting into that thought process of renouncing the things is extremely difficult. Is duḥkham, extremely difficult to attain that state without performing actions. Ayogataḥ, without performing actions, it is extremely difficult to attain the stage of renouncing the work. Work cannot be renounced. It can be renounced, but it is a much later stage. That stage will come only after performing the karma. Yoga-yukto munir brahma na chireṇādhigachchhati. Yoga-yukta, harmonized in the yoga, harmonized in doing the activities, doing the karma. Yoga-yukta munir brahma na chireṇādhigachchhati. The munis, the seekers, the enlightened souls, they have attained Brahman. They have realized the Brahman. Brahman adhigachchati na achirena, without taking any time. Quickly. It is an instant realization of the Brahman if the person gets engaged in doing the work wholeheartedly, sincerely, without attachment. That is the key that Sri Krishna has always told. Doing the work, not running away from the work. Renunciation from the karma. That comes much later, he says. And it is extremely difficult. Oh, mahā-bāho, even for a person like Arjuna, who is a mighty warrior, for him, getting into that mode of renouncing the work, like he is doing now, running away from fighting the war, waging the war. Krishna says, oh mahā-bāho, you might be a mighty warrior, but even for you, it would be extremely difficult to get into that position, get into that situation where you can renounce the karma. Better keep on doing the karma. Why? Because by doing the karma, by performing the actions and not running away from the actions, the seers, the enlightened souls, the liberated souls, the munihi, the realized souls, they attain Brahman quickly, without any delay. No chirena, without any delay, quickly they attain to Brahman. So don't think of running away, escaping from doing your karma. Karma you must do unattached, without focusing on the outcome of the karma, what it is going to bring to me, because I am not doing it. That attitude, with the selfless attitude, with no attachment as such, do the karma, and you will even attain the Brahman. You will realize the Brahman, you will get Brahma-jnana, like munis and rishis of the yoga. Sannyas, O mighty armed, is hard to attain to without karma yoga. The man of meditation, purified by karma yoga. It is only when the man of meditation who is purified by doing the allotted activities, the work that has come to his lot, he verily quickly goes to Brahman. He realizes Brahman without any delay, very quickly. The tender and unripe fruit clings fast to the tree that bears and nourishes it. Till the fruit is tender, till the fruit is not ripe. It is so tightly it is held onto the branch of the tree. It doesn't fall so easily. But when fully ripe, it severs the connection from its sustainer. That is the beautiful example of how devotee, when gets matured on that path of devotion, on that path of karma, on that path of bhakti, when he gets that level of maturity, automatically like the fruit of the tree. No more needs any support of the tree which has sustained it all these days. Through the branch of the tree, the fruit has received all the nutrition, all the powerful nutrients, and it has grown from a tiny fruit to a big, wholesome fruit, a beautiful fruit, a fleshy fruit, and when it gets ripe, what happens? It doesn't need that sustaining support of the tree anymore. It just naturally, on its own, it dissociates from that attachment and falls down. This is what happens with the devotee who is sincerely involved in doing the karma, whatever has allotted him, whatever has come to his Lord, thinking it as the Lord's karma. He does everything. And finally, when that knowledge blooms, then no more karma. He just gets detached from doing any of the karma with the selfish interest, with the selfish motives, and then it becomes a real nishkama karma. Similarly, the karma yogi gets from Prakriti the experience that matures into wisdom. He will work, work, work. While working, he will gain the knowledge. And then ultimately, he will realize this is not my work that I am doing. Initially, he may be having that kind of attitude. It is my work. I am doing it. I am doing such a great service. I am, because of me, all these people are getting benefited. I am the doer. And then slowly, as knowledge starts dawning, I-ness starts vanishing. And then I'm working, I'm not working. Am I working? I'm not working. I'm just doing the Lord's work. I'm just an instrument in His hand. That is His work for His beings. Who am I? He's a philosopher who translates principle into practice. Theorization and make believe have no place in spiritual path, in spiritual career. By experiment, he knows that life in the super senses is superior to that in the senses. Then his attachment to senses, his attachment to me and mine automatically starts waning away. Life blossoms better in him who lives for others than in him who lives exclusively for himself. That is the reality. We live for others. We live for the betterment of all the people with the feeling, with the attitude, with the understanding that what is in me is also in all others. They are no different than me. If I am serving somebody, I am serving my own self and the self. So there is no I-ness involved when we start working with this attitude of working for all the beings. Just as sound sleep is possible only for him who works hard, deep meditation comes to him who has negated his individuality. There is no I consciousness in him then. It is self denial that brings in purification of heart. I- and that is where the Sri Ramakrishna always teaches. Kill this unripe ego. Sri Ramakrishna terms this particular attitude, me and mine, as unripe ego. And he says, kill this unripe ego. Convert this unripe ego. Acha ami, he used to say. Unripe ego, convert it to ripe ego. And what is right ego? Sri Ramakrishna has given a beautiful way how to, what is in explaining what is ripe ego. Ego of a child. You become a child of the mother, the divine mother. Give away the I consciousness. You be a devotee of your Lord. Give up that I consciousness. You become a servant to the master, the ultimate master. Give up that I consciousness and start leading the life with keeping unripe ego in mind. Yes, I am the child, and be proud in that. Proud in the fact that I am the child of my mother. Proud in the fact that I am the servant of the master. Be proud in the fact that I am the servant. He is the master. Whatever he tells me, I'll do. Whatever mother tells, the child will do. Whatever the Lord tells, what he will do. And that is what Sri Krishna is referring to in this particular sixth shloka. That renouncing the work, getting knowledge is extremely hard. Oh, mighty warrior, oh, mahā-bāho, you might be mahā-bāho. But renouncing the work is extremely difficult. Rather, do the work selflessly. Yoga-yukto. Do the work selflessly. Get into that meditative mood while doing the work that has come to your Lord. It is the Lord's work. And with that attitude, with that understanding, one can even gain the brahma, which is so easy to get while performing the action, not renouncing the action. So that was Sri Krishna's teaching to us in the sixth shloka of Sannyasa Yoga, sixth adhyay of fifth adhyay of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ramakrishna. Jai Thakur. Jai Ma. Jai Swami.